Hey everybody, it is time to go outside and pick some black raspberries. It's beautiful weather and the berries are kind of full, but it's about mid-season and they're not as full as usual, but I'm going to go show you where they are and what we do with them. Alright, let's head outside. The sun's going down and it's getting a little cooler out, so I figured it's time to pick some black raspberries. And I'm standing in front of one of the patches here that I want to transplant. This is the one that I pruned up on one of the other videos. The berries are growing pretty well. Actually, we've picked about 6 or 7 gallons so far. So I'm just going to give you a little rundown of us picking some berries and then how we've been preparing them. Joy has made some black raspberry jam. She's made a couple of cobblers, and now most of it we are picking them, going in and spreading them on cookie sheets, putting them in the freezer, and then once they're frozen, I'm scraping them off the sheet and putting 4 cups, which is 1 quart, into vacuum seal bags, and that way she can pull them out 1 bag at a time to make a cobbler or make whatever else she wants to make. So let's pick some berries. All right, let's jump into this black raspberry patch. I got a gallon jug hanging on my chest, and just cut the lid off of it, and that way I can use both hands. Like, let's see here, we got a couple berries down here, right? So I can grab these things, pull them in, and drop them right in the bucket. That's how we pick. Using 2 hands, we're all up in here. Now, definitely, I would like to get this patch cleaned up a lot more. Like I said, I'd like to get these all put in rows. That way I can prune the bushes a lot farther back. Have like maybe three or 4 stalks coming out of each plant, and really clean them up so that the sun can get in there and help them ripen the berries, and it'll give them more room to grow, more room to branch out. So that's the game plan. I like coming out here and just picking through. I don't know what you kind of can't see with this camera. Maybe angle it up a little more. But just get in here and work through. I just work my way around one side, all the way around, cut through here or there. Some of these berries got rained on the other day, and they kind of went bad. Hey, here's a spot that maybe I want to root that one. You'll see that coming up in a video later on. But so we're just going after these berries, try to get as much as I can tonight. Sounds like there's a rattlesnake behind me, but the neighbor is watering a garden back there, so we'll have a little bit of background noise, which is fine. All right, let's see if we can see here, got to really dig. I saw some good ones back there somewhere. Oh, they're back in there. Oh, getting stuck. Some people probably don't enjoy picking berries, and I wasn't really a huge berry fan picking them. I love to eat them, but my dad always wanted us to go pick, and sometimes he'll come down and pick. He's picked once this year. I called him and said, hey, get down here. I didn't pick for like 2 days to try to make sure there was a lot of them ripe, and he came down, him and my mom and Joy and myself, and we picked and gave him everything we had picked that day. It was like a little over a gallon. We just picked for about an hour. That's all the light we had left. But they did pretty good for that little time. So this is the spot. It was so overgrown last year, could hardly get in here. So we came in on video and pruned back to make it to where it was a little bit easier to pick. Yeah. But it's not the best. Once they get into rows, it'll be a lot easier, I think. Ooh, found a spot down underneath in the shaded area. Alright, then I pop my way back up into this hole over here. Dig around. So, well, in the comments down below, if anybody leaves one, once in a while it happens, let me know what your favorite kind of berries are. Some people are strawberry people, some people are raspberry people, black raspberry people, blackberry people. My dad always tells stories about when he lived in Oregon and how awesome the blackberries were out there. I have family out there still, and I'm sure they'll attest to it. But there's something about black raspberries, for me, I think, that they are the best. Well, I like strawberries too, but blackberries, I'll eat them. This is not my favorite. I like that black raspberries come off with like a cap, like a raspberry. And so it doesn't have like a hull or whatever you want to call it in it. So for me, I just lost a berry. I missed the bucket. Dang it. For me, I like the black raspberries better than blackberries. But the ones from out in Oregon, my dad says they're as big as your thumb. So it might be a different story. Maybe I'd like them better. Who knows? Well, that's it for this patch. Time to head up on the hill. So I'm up on the back hill, right behind the beehives. And this is the patch that I did some pruning on. And I'm looking at this bush here. It's kind of funny because it's this year's shoot. I don't know if it's from when I trimmed it up. Anyways, it looks like it's growing into this huge berry bush, and maybe we'll just see what happens for next year. But anyhow, look at this. At the end of this one, it's all green berries, which is kind of crazy. So anyhow, but there's some pretty good sized ones up here. That's a pretty good berry right there. These bushes over here are pretty good ones too. You see up in that hole. Anyway, so I'm going to pick these, and then up above, that is all black raspberries up there. So I'm going to zigzag up that way, back across, back through that trail, over here, through that, and through by the maple area, up and around, then down over here, back and over there. Takes a little while to go around that spot, but we'll see. We have currently not very many. We have about a half a quart, but I picked yesterday. We're getting some good berries. A little over a quart. One of my neighbors on his motorcycle. This is so thick up here. Definitely needs some work. Really, I want to take all these and transplant them and have this all cleared out up here, but I don't know if that's going to happen anytime soon. See, like that's a pretty nice little bunch of them right there that I've been missing underneath the bush in the shade. Look at that. Oh yeah. Oh, don't get that leaf in there. And that one's kind of eaten by a bug, so. Oh. Oh. Anyway, we'll keep picking these. probably till dark. I gotta still go up here and all the way around over here. Got a little ways to go. But we're finally getting into the good picking because I've picked all that other stuff within the last day or so. You can see these ones are pretty loaded. Not as good as they were at the beginning, but they're still getting a bunch. We're still picking berries, and that's probably getting boring for you. So, and maybe I'll edit all this out anyways. But I'm gonna keep going. I might be able to pick faster if I'm not talking. So, we'll see you inside. I'm done picking berries, and I've got about a half a gallon. And so this is the next step that we do. We flash freeze them, or whatever you want to call it. We just freeze the berries on a cookie sheet, and then we vacuum seal them after that. So we'll freeze them, bring them out, and I'll show you how that works out. So first, what we do, I don't wash them. Maybe you guys think that's gross, but I don't want to add a whole bunch of moisture. I don't want to ruin the berries. So I put them out on the thing, and on a cookie sheet, and I start just picking everything off. I mean, I eat them off the bush without rinsing them. Yeah, got a leaf, got some kind of a beetle. That's what I do. So if you ever eat any black raspberry anything from our house, you'd probably be like, I found a bug. Maybe not. We really do try to make sure they're clean. We do it at this moment. There's a little piece of grass there. And then as we go through them again to freeze them, we look through them again. And when we cook them, we look through them again. So that's all the berries. And I see another piece of grass here, or a leaf, and I saw something else here a second ago. Maybe not. Maybe I'm wrong. Alright, so there's the berries. They look beautiful. And I'm going to take them down to the freezer, and I just lay them right in there like this. And I was right. I did see something. Chasing it down. Got it. I'm going to take them down to the freezer, and I'm going to bring up the ones that I have in the freezer from last night and show you how I vacuum seal them. Show you how I vacuum seal them. Vacuum seal them. Alright, that's good. Okay, I just went down to the freezer and grabbed the black raspberries. So, the way that Joy likes them frozen, the way that we do them is we do 4 cups in a container. It's like 1 quart. And I think what she normally uses them for is cobbler and what else? And pie. And sometimes, most of the times not, but sometimes you might even talk her into a crumble with black raspberries, but most of the time that's blueberries. So, anyways, this is, I've already got it pre-sealed on one side, and so let's do this. I'm not sure exactly how many quarts this is. I think it's just 2, maybe 2.5. I don't know. So, if you don't want to do it with a cup, which I have tossed around if I want to change the weigh. Our quart weighs just about 1 pound. So the other day when I was scooping some up, I was wondering if I had enough in there. Then I weighed it. It was only 12 ounces, so I only had 3 cups in there. So each cup, I guess, is equal to 4 ounces. And so we'll get these all scooped in here, and I'll show you. I mean, most of you probably have already vacuum sealed something before, but if you haven't, if you have never invested in a vacuum sealer, I don't have any specific name brand that I suggest or anything like that. We have owned Food Savers. That's just what we've had before. I don't know if they were like the beginning ones in the industry or not, but so, and we just recently bought a new one because our other one was overheating on the sealing element. So we bought a new one that says it can do like 20 or 30 seals in a row without having to have an issue. So that's what we did. And so here we go. Put it in there, lock it up, kind of shake it around, make sure it's kind of even, and vacuum and seal. I don't know how loud that's going to be on the camera. Hopefully it's not annoying. But it's really getting the air out of there, making sure it won't freezer burn, and that it won't go bad. Now the reason we freeze them is because there is a lot of pressure in that, and if you tried to vacuum seal just right off the bush black raspberries, it will break them and it will get juice everywhere. And we like the berries to be fairly whole and not beat up. So that's the berries. They're frozen, they're all intact. We put that in the freezer, and you know, I know there's cheaper ways to prepare things, but we do a venison this way. We do strawberries, black raspberries, you name it, whatever that you were going to freeze, we do them in vacuum sealing bags. It is a little bit more expensive, but the time savings from for venison, putting it in plastic wrap, then putting it in wax paper or then freezer paper, all the other things that you do try to get the air out. You put it in this. I've had venison, I mean, not that our venison usually lasts that long, but we've had venison in the freezer for 3 years, and there was no problem. Same thing with berries. Joy made a black raspberry cobbler this last couple weeks anyways, and they were 2 years old berries, and they were like the ones that we just got off the bush. So that's how we do it. I'm gonna run through this other one real quick. Maybe we'll do a little time-lapse thing. Ready? And that's done. This one's a little bonus package. It's about, I don't know, 19 ounces instead of 16 ounces. But I didn't want to leave a 3/4 cup and throw it away. That's crazy. So this one's a little bonus round. So there we go. 2 beautiful packages of black raspberries. Organic from the backyard, no chemicals. Didn't have to pay anything. Just put a little bit of time and effort in. So let me know in the comments, like I said earlier, what kind of your favorite berries are, or if you pick black raspberries, maybe your favorite recipes or what you use for them. I really like to just eat handfuls of them, so it's a difficult thing for me to bring them from out there to in here in a container because I could just eat the whole thing. But I know what's coming. Black raspberry cobbler. So we're going to continue to try to propagate some more berry bushes. We're going to try to get rows, and you've seen the 2 rows. You know, some of them didn't work out very well. I'm going to dig deeper and put new berry bushes into those spots that the roots either dried out or something happened. And hopefully we have a really amazing spot to continue to pick berries and make it easier and more plentiful. Anyhow, thank you so much for watching the video and for taking time out of your day. And I know how time is precious. So thank you for watching the video and supporting us with just your care of watching what we have to say. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Share it with other people if you think they might enjoy it as well. Subscribe if you haven't yet. We're trying to get to that 100. Woo, the big 100. Some of these people with millions of followers or subscribers. Probably that won't happen, but 100 would be cool. So, and leave a comment. We love them. We got a comment today on a video that I put up that somebody said that Brielle's project turned out great. I've never heard of the person, but I do appreciate the comment. It's somebody else that does upcycling, and they made a comment that Brielle's upcycling project turned out great. So I thank you for that comment if you're watching this video. And anyways, that's it. So we just want you to know that we love you. God loves you. And stay safe out there. And hopefully you can get out there and pick some berries too, or just eat handfuls of them. That's what I do. All right. Have a great one. Bye. One problem with giving your puppy black raspberries as treats is she watches you pick them, and then she decides she's gonna start picking them herself. Kimber, hey, are you eating my berries? Hey, what are you doing? Are you eating the berries? No, eating the berries. Yeah. Good girl. Nope, nope, nope. Hey, I got some in my hand. There you go. Oh, yeah. Oh, good girl. All gone. Good girl. Come on.